Hello! Alright, sun's out, man flu has disappeared, and as I said last week, I'll this week give some tips around exercises and ways to improve them and common mistakes that I see. So we'll start off with lunges, which are one of the best exercises for the legs and the bum. And one of the tips I'm going to give you on here will put a lot more work onto the core, onto the stomach muscles as well. So three things. Number one, lots of people talk about lunges sometimes hurting their knees. For sure, if you've got some serious underlying knee issues, you may be better off with squats. But one of the biggest things that I see that causes knee pains, especially on the front leg, is that the stride isn't big enough. Walking lunges are some of the best form of lunges you can do. And if you're not taking a long enough stride, what happens is that your knee joint, your knee is going further forward over the front toe by not taking a long enough stride. So I personally say, when I'm coaching people, you cannot take a long enough stride. You can take a small enough one and that will give you a problem, but you cannot take a long enough stride. So keep the chest up, shoulders back, which will lead on to number two, and take a big stride. Back knee, it's all about 90 degrees with lunges. Hey Angela, it's all about 90 degrees with lunges. Back knee should be almost dropping to the floor and creating a 90-degree bend. The front leg, as you drop the weight onto the front foot, should be a 90-degree bend at that leg. And equally, there should be a 90-degree from that front leg into your torso going upwards, so keeping upright. The second thing, it's still linked in with the first one actually, is when you place that front foot and lunge and transfer the weight forward onto the front leg, back half of the foot is where all the weight should be, on the heel, both as you land and as you drive up. Lots of people transfer the weight, I can see it when people lunge, their toes curl over and the heel almost lifts slightly on the front foot. What that's doing is that's putting a lot of pressure on the knee, but you're also going to push more through the quad, through the thigh, which most people don't generally want to work too much of, because they're already tight with the majority of people. So place it on the heel, drive up through the heel, and therefore you'll be pushing through the bum cheek as well on that lead leg. Number two, I talked about creating this 90-degree. Here's the big one. Here's a big tip for you that most people don't do and will actually work your abdominals a hell of a lot more with lunges. 90-degree at the waist. Hey Sharon? When you lunge and that back knee drops to the floor, I'm lunging, look, I'm out with the dog, I'm lunging there. When you are here, let's show you there, you almost want to be hyperextending. Shoulders back, chest up. Imagine you've got a floodlight, a torch, hey Sharon, a torch on the mid-chest there. That is wanting to be shining upwards. And here's why. Get up if you are sat down at the moment. With a couple of fingers, let's get into the shade, start jabbing just below your rib cage. Keep everything relaxed, keep nice and stood up, and just start jabbing your stomach. Chances are it's probably pretty squishy. Mine is at the moment from there. And that's why when we sit down, we always have rolls coming over. Everybody has that. But as you lean forward and you're jabbing, it's like blancmange. It is nice and soft. So if you think about lunging, if you're lunging and keeping forwards from there, or you're not keeping your shoulders back, this core is weak, it's switched off. But as you're jabbing with those fingers, I'm giving myself stomach ache here, start to lean backwards, shoulders back, chest up. Whoa, look, it's starting to echo. It's becoming rock hard because you've got this belt of muscle around your midsection, and the more upright you are, even as I say, hyperextending, getting backwards, it's on stretch. The muscles are stretched, so therefore it's creating additional tension and force in your stomach muscles. So as I say, 90 degrees as you lunge, shoulders back, stick that chest out and keep nice and tall, and your abdominal area will work a hell of a lot more during that exercise. So there is a great tip for when you're lunging, any exercise really. Just keep upright, shoulders back, almost hyperextend, stick that chest out, and you'll get a hell of a lot more work on the core. Number three, was there a number three? I think it was sort of, I mixed it in with that by pushing through the heel. Let's see if I can come up with a third one for lunging. All right, here we go. If you're doing walking lunges, which is one of the best formats of lunging, because it really gets the stabilising muscles go as you go, don't go in a straightforward direction. Most people, as they're lunging, they're just going this way, heading down the floor. But do multi-directional lunges. Go out to sort of 10 o'clock. Then out that way, out to 2 o'clock. I hope no one's seeing me lunging while I'm out walking the dog. There we go, we're in the shade. all over the place, because what that will do is, with the movement and the change of direction, you're starting to open up the hip a little bit more, and you start to work inner thighs a little bit more, outer thighs, outer glutes a little bit more. It's not straightforward. In life, we never move in a straight line. We're moving, ain't that the truth? We're moving all over the place. So do the same with your lunges. Travel under control, and that's the big thing. As soon as you drop into the low position, pause. Push up through the heel and bum, go again. Take them nice and steady, and you will find that you will get a hell of a lot more work through the legs, through the glutes, if you push up through the heel and the butt cheek, and through the stomach, if you keep those shoulders back, chest up. Let's give you another tip, number 4 or 5. Big breath in on the way down, out as you drive up. Take a big breath in, hold it, out as you push up through the heel and bum. That extra exertion of the breath will get the muscles firing that bit more. There's loads of tips coming out. So there you go, there's some tips for lunges. If you've got any other exercises you want some tips on, I'll be doing a few more this week. Whack those into your workout, and as I say, you should get some much better results than maybe if you weren't using them before. Adios, see you later, bye.